Morning. Welcome to another fine Q&A here on this awesome Sunday, November 1st. Welcome. I hope you had an amazing Halloween. If you do celebrate, if not, I still hope you had an amazing October 31st. Today we're taking it casual, just going to answer some questions for you, whatever questions you might have. Anything but my credit card number, home address, or social is up for grabs. So whatever you might need help with, I'm here to serve you. So let's play the intro music. I'm going to open up some stream beats so that we can have some music playing in the background as we just hang out, chill out for this fine hour together. Again, thank you so much. If you're here live, say hello to your friends here. If you are new here, welcome in. Thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon too so you can get notified of new content coming your way. And if you happen to be watching the replay, hashtag Team Replay in the comments. Let's do this. Thank you.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream, all while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
All right, y'all. Happy days, happy days. This is one of my favorite days because I don't have to come prepared. I just come prepared to answer questions. And again, whatever you need help with, I'm here to serve you. Let's see. How was my Halloween, says Samson. It was great. You know, we didn't go out to trick-or-treat, but we did an in-house. We actually did two things. An in-house trick-or-treating, which means, and I basically had to play a character. I locked myself in the guest room, and I had a whole bunch of different costumes, wigs, all these other things. And the kids would come with their bags and trick-or-treat at the guest room door. And when I opened the guest room, it was always a new character I had to play. Last night, I played Sally and Charlie, which you won't have any clue what that means, and it doesn't really matter because I just made them up on the spot. I played a vacuum cleaner. I played Captain Marvel. I played Iron Man. I played all these different characters so that every time the kids knocked on the door, said trick or treat, and opened the door, it was just a fun, silly time. They were crying from laughter, and that's what it's all about. So even though we weren't able to go out and have candy, they still got some candy, but in an in-house situation. The other thing we did was, if you check out my Instagram stories, you'll see that we did a Halloween baking championship. And what that means is I bought a whole bunch of icing, fondant, Twinkies, graham crackers, all these other things that you can do to sort of just create a creation. And so what Kai did, our 8-year-old, is she wrote on little popsicle sticks different categories like witch, zombie, ghost, devil, whatever. And she put them in a box so that you'd have to pull them out. And they almost, she wrote R.I.P. on them, and it looked like a gravestone. You pull it out, and that's your theme. And you have about an hour to make something out of the stuff that you have already available. And so I had a witch, and it was bad. My creation was bad. I made it out of Rice Krispie treats, modeling chocolate, and angel cake. It's horrifying, like absolutely horrifying. Actually, I could probably show you the creations. I'm going to put these on my computer right now so you can see them. But we had a good time for sure. Please don't laugh at mine. It was really bad. I didn't choose the right materials. It was all bad. But anyway, let me put this up there for you. Okay, there's that. We're going to receive those, and then we're going to open them. So first you're going to see Kai's, which was a ghost theme. Kai's was a ghost theme. There it is. This is Kai's ghost theme, and really good. She had a ghost on a mound with R.I.P. gravestone and a trick-or-treat bag, and just bloodshed everywhere with an orange pumpkin. And a lot of this stuff was done using like sugar gel and other things like that. Keone got monster. So his is monster, and he made a monster with like body parts and stuff, and it was made out of Rice Krispie treats. And this is an angel cake back here, and some chocolate melts that were dyed red. And then for me, again, don't laugh. This is my witch. Oh, it's so bad, dude. It looks like it's trying to kiss you. I don't know what the heck is going on here. And I made the hat out of Rice Krispie and, of course, gravity, so that didn't work. My favorite part is the like shoulders and the shawl of the witch and the broom. I like the broom, and the kids were laughing because they had 6 fingernails per hand. This is just not my best work. Not my best work. I think I overplanned it, and it didn't do so well. So I got to give credit to Kai. Kai is definitely the winner. And again, definitely a bloody scene for sure. Don't, don't look at mine in the eyes. It's so bad. Oh my God. Okay. Crying a little bit. But anyway, I'm glad I got to share that with you because that was fun times. That was fun times. Let's put on some Stream Beats by Harris Miller. Yeah, Kai wins hands down. Chat, what do you think? Kai the ghost, Keone the monster, or the witch? Unfortunately, April didn't have time to make hers. She had Devil, and she was messing with a little devil, our new puppy, who's just been biting like crazy. But super fun, super fun. Appreciate you for for sticking around. It was a lot of fun, though. You know, we tried to... Halloween is our absolute favorite time of the year, and we didn't have the opportunity to do what we normally do. And still, we had a great time. Another fun win I want to share with you. This is a screenshot of Photoshop because I had to combine two photos together. But this is Will It Fly. Will It Fly is free right now on Kindle in many territories, not all territories. But my book, Will It Fly, we're almost at 1,000 ratings. Look how crazy is that? Anyway, we're competing with all these like romance novels here. But in the Kindle free category, we are #1 in business, #1 in startups, #1 in self-help, and 93 overall in all of free Kindle, like in the entire world. So that's awesome. Thank you all so much for the support. GTO is asking, what's the new puppy's name? The new puppy's name is Jarvis. Just a rather very intelligent system. Jarvis, that's, if you didn't know what that's standing for, that's what Jarvis actually stands for. Just another rather very intelligent system. That's from the Avengers and Iron Man. Of course, Iron Man's assistant, Tony Stark's dad, his butler was named Jarvis, hence Iron Man naming his system Jarvis. Just another rather very intelligent system, and that's our new puppy. Jarvis has a quote in the movie that says, when Stark is making vibranium in Iron Man 2, I think, or Iron Man 3, he says, "Congratulations, you've just invented a new element." And we say that when Jarvis goes poo. So anyway, welcome to the Flynn family, y'all. Welcome to the Flynn family. I appreciate y'all. All right, moving some windows around. Cool. Let's see. How to stop procrastination. This is a great question, and this is actually tying into a lot of stuff that we talked about earlier in the week. Thank you for this question, RK. And the #1 way to do this is to #1, just kind of understand what are the consequences of procrastination. What is this actually holding you back from? What goals or what success is not achievable because you were just waiting and kind of trying to make a decision? A lot of times procrastination comes in many forms, right? It comes in self-doubt. It comes in staying busy on other things that may be easier. You got to understand that procrastination sometimes comes right at the inception point of when something great can happen, because that's oftentimes the scariest part, the dip, the downtime, when if you bust through it and you have perseverance and grit, you can kind of come out much better on the other end. It always happens like that, in fact. Whether that's success or learning or lessons, all good things happen after that kind of crazy time. I think prioritization of things is important. A lot of times we procrastinate and work on things that may feel like we're moving forward with, but it's actually not helping us at all because we are actually just trying to distract ourselves from the thing that's hard. And I think accountability is going to be really important too. For me, it's deadlines and also other people. Deadlines, #1, when I have it on my calendar, I want to really have that thing done by that date. And if I can understand what the implications are if I don't hit that deadline, whether it's letting other people down or deadlines for sort of like committing to something to my audience or other things, that works really well. And in addition, having accountability from other people, other colleagues, even my family saying, "Hey, did you do that thing yet?" Again, having other people push me has been really key. Wolf kiss. I love how you said, Jameen, wolf kiss, because it does look like a wolf witch, right? Steve says, since you're giving your book away for free right now, did you give it free on Kindle as well? Is that free part on Kindle, or is it through KDP member sign up on Amazon? So the free promotion on Will It Fly is on Kindle is through Amazon's KDP program, KDP Select. When you upload a book to Amazon, you have the option of having it be either select or not select. Select means you are promising that it is exclusive on the Amazon platform in its ebook format. And if it is indeed there in KDP Select, you can then have the option to run promotions. And one of the promotions that you could run is a up to 5-day free promotion within a 90-day period. After the 90 days ends, then you can do it again. But what's really cool is sometimes doing a free promotion like I'm doing right now can give your book a huge boost, especially if you know it ties into like a funnel or other things that you might have going on. So we made our Smart from Scratch course free, plus Will It Fly Kindle free right now, just before Monday, because that's going to go back to paid. Both of them are going to go back to paid on Monday. So if you want to get access to that, smartpassiveincome.com/toolkit, or check out Will It Fly on Kindle, and that's free for most or many territories, at least right now. Cool. Should you always remove your thoughts on politics from your business? Is it better to be authentic and transparent or keep it quiet? This is going to be really up to you, and this is a fantastic question now relative to the times. Obviously, we have the election coming up this week, and a lot of, we always say this, but it's going to be the most important election ever, and there's so much at stake here, right? And I'm not going to mention anything about who I'm voting for or anything like that, because I personally choose to keep that stuff out. I personally choose to keep religion out of it and politics out of it. There are times when it's just so important that I do have to speak up, and I've done some things like encourage you to vote and have your own opinion and kind of, use that power of yours to vote if you're in the US, obviously. But in most cases, I take it out because then it creates division, it creates distraction from other things that I think are more important for why people come to me, right? There have been people who have been very expressive of who they're voting for and why and whatnot. I know The Rock came out recently and said something, Casey Neistat, etc., and I completely respect them for that. But it's just something that I've always told myself and my audience that I'm going to keep away from the actual purpose of this stream, this brand, etc. We can chat about it offline or elsewhere, but right now this is not the place for that. There are other places where better conversations could be potentially had, right? So that's just my own personal opinion. I know a lot of people who like to bring it in because that's very much a part of who they are, and they want that to be known as well. But for right now, just for me, that is something I leave out personally. So thank you for sharing that. Kathy says, regarding politics, I tell my clients to keep their social media free of political content. It's too volatile. I agree with that. I decided not to keep or to do KDP Select for one of my books because it didn't make sense, but for what you were doing, it makes great sense. Cool, thank you. Mai says, Pat, my husband has a boutique dog boarding business which has 17,000 website views a month. That's awesome. How can we take advantage of this and perhaps monetize it? I would do whatever you can to see how you can get people on an email list so that you can have conversations with these people. Very similar to what I teach in Will It Fly and Smart from Scratch. Chat, let me know if the music levels are okay. I want to know more about who is here and what they need help with and maybe what's missing and what I can do to serve them. I can determine what they are interested in, and then I can go deeper with them. I can determine what are their biggest challenges and also understand their language and what it is that they're describing and how they're describing it and all that stuff. Because if I can nail that, then the solutions will come a little bit more automatically. And people, if you can determine the language that they can respond to, they're going to automatically assume you have a solution ready for them if you can really get in their heads and understand what they're about. So that's what I would do. I would 100%, recommend trying to get them on an email list, maybe through a lead magnet or some free series or something, a special offer or even a giveaway, so that you can then have conversations with them after that. Thank you for the notes on the music, chat. I appreciate you, and the support on the decision to not have politics, because that's just, again, my decision. When one joins a Facebook group, best practice, join with personal page, biz, Dr. Joella, so they know my brand. I would go with either one as long as your face is showing up and your name is showing up. If it's Dr. Joella business name after that, that's fine too. I think that what matters more is how you show up, right? In terms of how are you conversing with people? How are people getting to know you and your personality? How are you serving this community, etc.? I think that goes much longer than just the name itself. But having your name in the brand name is important, I think, right? With mine, it on Facebook says Smart Passive Income with Pat Flynn. Right? If I were to use my business page. I always use my personal stuff though, because that is definitely the quickest and easiest way to build a relationship. And then I want people to go into my bio because they're interested in me now. I want to have more of a magnetic attraction versus sort of a reaching out sort of, what would be the opposite of magnetic? Magnetic being like they're attracted to you, and the opposite being more sort of outbound, right? Yeah, inbound versus outbound. I want more inbound, if that makes sense. I apologize, I can't get to everybody's question. I'm just kind of going rapid fire here. I think, are you here? You sent me some coffee, right? And there was a coffee that's called like effing strong coffee or something like that you sent me. And I had some for the first time this morning, and bruh. Yeah, it's pretty strong. So thank you. Peasant Uprising. With a newer blog, how soon should you create digital products to offer your audience? There's a lot of debate there, obviously. You don't want to create something just because you think it might be something that people might want. So I would get to a point at least where you can create something that you know will help people. But I don't think you have to wait till a certain time or a certain number of subscribers. I think it's more of a feel of what it is that you think can help an audience, right? Imagine that you know something can be helpful for somebody, but then you go, you know what, I don't have enough people yet, so I'm not gonna help you. That doesn't make sense to me. Or, hey, it's not the right time yet. I know I can help you and I have this thing that I can package together to help you, but I'm not ready because I just need more people. That doesn't make sense either. So to me, it's more about, okay, have you nailed down what it is that you can do to help people and what their biggest struggles and challenges are? Again, a theme I keep talking about all the time. The more you can nail that, the more that you can understand kind of what you can do to serve them sooner than later. And also, mind you, there are digital products that already exist, Peasant, that maybe are of service to them that aren't yours. And in which case you can start recommending them as an affiliate, right? And you can go there. Manos, question, when it comes to selling ebooks on Amazon, does it have to be in a Kindle format, or can I sell it as a PDF? It has to be in a Kindle format. EPUB, I believe, is the format that you need. And there are people on Fiverr and other places that you can go for cheap to convert that PDF file into an EPUB version that can then be uploaded to Kindle. It cannot be a PDF file. It has to be an EPUB, I think is the format. I think that's the format. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but that's the format needed to be accepted from Amazon so that it can then be read on all the different readers, on all the different sorts of sizes of Kindle readers, Kindle apps, etc. So no, it can't just be a PDF. Anti-magnetic. Lori says, if I make a video for my own channel called X and want it to be sponsored by my own brand website called Y, no real payment in this, do I still need to let YouTube know it's a sponsored video? Not necessarily, no. I think that that matters. I mean, if you just say it, I think that's fine. You know, and again, I would just be truly authentic about it anyway, so there's no sort of worry about that anyway, right? So, for example, hey guys, welcome to the Income Stream. It's sponsored by my course, Power Up Podcasting. This is my own course, and we're sponsoring the show because I want you to know about it and how great it is. Here's a testimonial from somebody. Listen in, right? You can just kind of keep it more natural that way versus having it. I think it makes more sense to have it. I think it makes more sense to just be completely authentic about it and the fact that it's yours, instead of the way that I thought about it when I started was like, I want the thing that I have to be like a very professional, like I want it to seem like a giant corporation, and so I'm gonna pretend like it is, right? Like InTheLead.com, your number one place for XYZ. We here at InTheLead.com can help you with all of your lead exam needs, and you know, speaking more on like a professional level versus like, hey guys, I'm Pat. I took this exam before. It was really hard. I put all my notes on this website for you to help you out. And that actually got me more customers and had people connect with me more, if that makes sense. Question from Brian. Where's the best place to start and make my first dollar online? For example, affiliate marketing. I find a lot of information overload on YouTube, but would love to know your thoughts. Brian, there's a couple things. If you already have an audience of some kind, finding a product that already exists that you can recommend, maybe do a quick review or an over-the-shoulder look about, really explaining why this product is great for them to use and how simple it is to use. Here's my affiliate link, boom. Sorry for the distraction there. That can go a very long way, for sure, if you have an audience already. If not, I would do some work to find this audience or determine what your target market and niche is, and in sooner than later, in fact, you can make money through a service or something that you can offer them. For example, let's say you have web design experience. You could probably make your first dollar online by finding somebody who has a need in a particular space for some web design service and go, hey, can I design your homepage and I'll do it for $500 or I'll do it for $200, right? You can see what the market value is based on who else they're looking at or where else they might be going. But I would definitely recommend checking out Will It Fly or Smart From Scratch, my course, smartpassiveincome.com/toolkit if you want to get it for free before Monday. And again, if people need help with something, you have a solution. That's where really money starts coming in. It's a byproduct of serving other people, if that makes sense. Let's see, scrolling down. Oh, Mobi. Thank you, Eric. So Kindle format is Mobi, M-O-B-I, like the band. What was Mobi's song? There was a song that I'm remembering from Mobi. It was like... brownie points for anybody in the chat who can tell me what song I'm thinking of. Digital atmosphere. Something, he's like dancing like in a disco. Moby, M-O-B-Y. Sorry. It's totally like, no, not South Side. I'm gonna scope the chat, but I'm pretty sure it's like literally on the tip of my tongue. All right, the Destiny Show. Boris, with SPI, what are your monthly recurring expenses for tools that you're using like hosting, Circle, Descript, emails? I'm planning on my recurring expenses cost using Matt's workshop. Cool. Thank you, Boris. Sorry, now I'm just focused on this song. Okay. Sorry, I gotta find this song because it's gonna bother the crap out of me. Moby. Discography, right? Discography. What? Greatest hits. Okay, I'm going to greatest hits. Maybe it's not Moby. Oh, that's gonna bother the crap out of me. Okay. Screw it. I'm not gonna. Hubby says go. No, it's not that one. Peeps say porcelain. No. Watch. It's not even Moby that I'm actually thinking about. I can't. Okay. Let's move on. This isn't. I will comment in the community later when I figure it out. I'm going to go to April because she knows it, and I'm guaranteeing now it's probably not even Moby that I'm thinking of. Maybe it's... Moby is a strange dude. Please do not take this, but what is the best app for screen recording? I just took it. I think ScreenFlow for Mac and Camtasia Studios for PC or Windows. Okay, let's see. Going back to Destiny's thing. What are my monthly recurring expenses? So I'm not going to share with you the monthly expenses for the very high-level dynamic ad insertion hosting platform we're using right now called Art19. Art19 is what we're using so that we can record our ads separately and then even insert them into our backlog of episodes. So you can go back and listen to episode 5, right? Recorded in 2010. And we can insert an ad into that without having to go re-record that. That's how like the future of podcasting is going to be. We're paying a lot of money to be able to have access to do that, but we're getting that money back through ads and whatnot and things like that. So hosting for Buzzsprout, I would say, $15 a month for that. For Circle, we got, because we're advisors, we got that for free. So I'm just going to be honest with you. But I believe it's $49 a month or something like that. I mean, you could probably spend under, for Descript, I think it's like $99 a year. Emails is the big one because we have a large email list of 250,000 people. So that's like thousands of dollars a month. So again, it's hard to compare because the business is in such a different sort of era right now. But at the start, I mean, you could pay less than 100 to make that happen. And if you have less than 1,000 subscribers, you should check out ConvertKit because you can get up to 1,000 for free. If you go to smartpassiveincome.com/ConvertKit, that'll work for you. And Buzzsprout is really great. They're good people. Oh, God. He's like in an orange suit. Disco something. Da, 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 da. I'm so dumb. Okay. Let's see. I'm launching my second podcast, says Countrywide Workshop. When is it too early to start crowdfunding like Patreon or Supercast? Patreon because more people on the platform, or Supercast because better options for podcasters. Oh, if I knew the lyrics, Jameen, it would be easy. So, Countryside, starting second podcast. When is it early? When is it too early to start crowdfunding? I think you can crowdfund from day one, right? Because if people find you and they want to support you, that's great. If not, at least it's a moment that they heard that this thing exists. And then when they become a fan, they can get access to it, right? Like if people want to support you, let them support you, I like to say. I don't think there needs to be a specific number of people on the platform. Like people on Patreon aren't going and searching for other people to be patrons for. People are most likely 99.99% of the time, because there's that one germ that never gets killed, is people who they love and enjoy saying, go to my Patreon and follow me there. And I think that's going to be the case for you. Now, because you already have an existing podcast, hopefully you might be able to pick up some people on day one who want to support you from your other show. So I think that could work out, right? Oh, Jamiroquai. Yo, Kibby. You are 100% correct. It is Jamiroquai. What's the song in Jamiroquai that I'm thinking about? Because that's not Moby. I totally confused all of you. Jamiroquai. Virtual Insanity. Virtual Insanity. Thank you, Kibby. Cooking with Kibby. Go follow their YouTube channel, because I would be like not productive today at all if it wasn't for you. There we go. Yay. That was totally not Moby. But it's same era, right? Same era, maybe? Thank you. Okay. Now we can get over that. Question from Shay. How do you market your product better? How do you get people to share your product? I feel like I've got a great product, but I don't know how to get my name out there. Thank you, Shay, for this question. This is a really great question. My favorite way to promote products is by sharing the success stories that your product creates. And I know this is difficult if, for example, you don't... Kelly says play it. No, I'm going to get docked for copyright, so it's all good. But yay, we got the song. Shay, to help your product better, get people to use the product in some way, shape, or form, and start telling stories and collecting those testimonials of those stories, the before, after. When people come on that sales page, they need proof that this thing works more than anything, because people default to doubt online. So they need to see that somebody just like them has gone through the same process and struggles and challenges, has now taken a course or this product from you, Shay, and goes, wow, my life is much better because of it. Here's what I didn't have before. I took Shay's program and look where I am now. That always works better than anything. Once people can see those stories, you can turn those stories into great content on your blog, on your website, on your YouTube channel, on your podcast, invite those people on your podcast, etc. The other thing about this is, if you can really connect the dots that this product is something that really is relevant to them based on the language that they use. I don't know how much research you've done on the words that your audience uses for specifically how they describe this problem and their goals and what their ultimate needs, wants, desires are. When you can nail that, then the solution just becomes a natural conclusion to that conversation, right? I think the best way to promote your thing is having some sort of event or something like a challenge that unlocks this possibility of people then using this thing, right? If you can offer a small, quick win in a nice little promotional challenge, free to take part of, free to take part in, then what happens is then that unlocks for them the possibilities of going, wow, I need more help with this. This is great. You've gotten me started. What do I do next? They can go in with you, Shay, on that challenge, then get open-minded to then investing in your product, knowing that A, you've already helped them a little bit. Now they're going to want to come back for more to get more reward from you. And B, they're going to invest in you and your program because you know exactly that it's exactly what they need if they've unlocked that thing for them. So I think a challenge like that can go a very long way. We've done that before. In fact, our best promotion of the year was in February of this year, and it was a challenge that we did that led into email marketing magic. The challenge was the 100 email challenge, 100emails.com. You can get 100 emails. You don't have to subscribe or download or get anything. And then you're going to need to do something with those 100 emails. So obviously it makes sense to then go get the course to understand what to do with these people and how to make this work and how to actually utilize this list and whatnot. Boris says, what's your favorite iPhone app or apps to stay productive and get things done efficiently? The calendar, 100%. The calendar is everything. If it doesn't get scheduled, it doesn't get done. Yes, there are other tools like Trello and other things like this, which all can help you with productivity. Goal setting ones, Habit Streak is one that I've used before, but I don't use it anymore. But it's cool because you sort of like, if you're doing a daily habit, you mark that you've done it, and then you want to complete that. You don't want to leave any of them blank in the calendar. And that often works. Again, that's called Habit Streak. But honestly, it's the calendar. I mean, we all have access to calendars. I use mine every day. I even schedule time with family in there because I want that time boundary, that boundary to go, okay, this is when this starts and when that other thing ends. And I need to be disciplined with that, but that works more than anything. Another great way to promote Shay would be through something like a quiz. A quiz, very similar to a challenge, can help unlock something in a person's brain and go, whoa, that's what I need next. Okay, or wow, I'm not doing as well as I thought. I need some help, right? So that could work. Pleasant, how's your house? Oh, that's for Samson. Samson, how's your house? Hopefully your house as well. I don't know what's going on, but hope everything's okay. Let's see, Farhad says, hope everyone is keeping well. We are in another national lockdown here in London. Yeah, I heard that for like 4 weeks, right? I'm so sorry to hear that. And just when we think everything's getting better, I mean, it's not as bad as here in the US, obviously, although we're not in quote unquote lockdown, but we had yesterday the #1 most cases in a single day at nearly 100,000 cases, 98,700 something or another. That's just mind blowing. That's just incredible. It's very disheartening. Which is why I'm very thankful and grateful that we could show up with each other today in this format and every day. This is day 228, and you can be this close to me, and we don't have to social distance. We're virtual distancing, but we're close, and we're hanging out. We belong to this community. I'm, again, very grateful that you're all here. K-Walk says, little late. Church at home went longer than usual. All good. I'm just grateful that you had time to show up. Jim Quick would say, let it go. Let it go. You can't hold me back anymore. Let's see. What mic am I using right now, says Lakshmi. I am using the Rodecaster. No, I'm not using a Rodecaster. I'm using a Rode NTG3. Rode NTG3 or Rode NTG2, one of those. It's a shotgun mic, which is right here. Let's see if I can pull it into camera view. You can see it. It's just right off of camera view. And that way it's as close as it can be without even being in the frame. So I don't need to worry about a lapel mic or a mic in my face. Like I have this mic too that I use sometimes. I use this when I'm podcasting here, but if I'm streaming, I don't want this to be in front of my face like that. So yeah. Question, will I be streaming on Twitch today? Yes, estimated around 2 p.m. Pacific, 2 to 2:30 p.m. Pacific on Twitch, twitch.tv/hotcoals only. We're going to play some Among Us. You're welcome to play with us. We're going to play some Fortnite most likely because now that Halloween is over, I'm hoping that the Fortnitemares mod is gone because I'm just not a fan of it. Eileen, what's up? Thank you for being here, Eileen. You all should check out Eileen, especially if you want to learn about live streaming. She helped me out. A lot of her videos helped me out when I first started using Ecamm. Eileen Smith, she's amazing. I've met her in person before, and she said, hello, beautiful people. You are beautiful as well. Thank you so much for coming in. Amazing that we had 6 months to figure out how not to get this bad at sorting COVID, yet here we are, right? I'm always imagining, okay, what if, we go back in time, right? DeLorean emoji for the chat there, if you are a member. Imagine the COVID thing happened. We're like, okay, world, we're going to just supply food for you and your families. And I know there's obviously logistics and stuff. And again, I don't want to get into politics or anything like that right now, but I'm just brainstorming for 14 days, because that's how long it whatever takes, right? For 14 days, world shutdown, don't go out. And I know forcing people to do this is hard, and this is where politics come into play. But if hypothetically, if everybody just stayed put for 14 days, we'd be through this, right? Technically speaking, or you would think. But of course, we don't want our freedoms to be, stunted and all these other things. But if like that happened, right, it would be gone, right? 14 days, everybody's locked in. I'd much rather like chill for 14 days and then come out of it much better than the 6 months that we've had of just kind of semi-lockdown and still things rising, right? Anyway, enough of that. Let's see. Virtual insanity is so stuck in my head right now, right? What's up, Ronak? Good to see you here. Thanks for coming in today. Does that chat work during team replay? I think it does. Pat, you have a nice singing voice. Oh, thank you. That reminds me of Boyceman. And I thank you. I love the challenge idea. People seem to like that, and then the success that comes from that. Yes. Hermit says, there are hundreds of apps claiming they help in conversions and improve productivity, and all appear copying each other, even in pricing. Some even charge $200 per month. Is it worth it? I mean, it can be worth it, right? If you use it and you get the ROI, I think all basically do the same thing. You kind of just have to pick the one that sort of makes sense for you and then use it. But at the same time, can you do those things without those apps? Can you perhaps have your own set of things that you can do with what you already have access to have the same outcome? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Questions. Are the ads current in SPI if I'm only up to August of 27 at this point? Pat, there is the Streamcast contest or something like that. Supercast, right? Supercast. There is that contest. So question, are the ads current in SPI if I'm only up to August of 2017 at this point? Yes, that is indeed, I think, and that contest ended yesterday, so we have to turn that one off. But yeah, they are current, for sure. They are current. Baby Ruth? Man, The Goonies, great movie, great movie. Boris, thank you for the awesome lessons and inspiration every day. I appreciate you. First Mastermind meetup tonight, so excited and grateful. Yo, thank you so much for that super chat. Boris, I appreciate you for the support. Everybody, appreciate you for the support. Let's see, I found lately the boundaries of the calendars have been great. Also, there are days I need to allow plenty of time for creativity in the event that I'm doing something creative. Yes. Now, the hard thing is if creativity comes at you at random times, it's hard to schedule that in. But what if you were to schedule that creativity time? For example, Fridays for me are creative days where I just know I can go into that day with nothing really on my calendar except an income stream and maybe one or two other things. And then the other time is like, all right, Pat, let's get creative. Let's get creative. Question from... Oh, it was retracted. Never mind. But no, I'm not single, by the way. I saw that question. What's your purely for fun purchase? My purely for fun purchase. This is very glary. Pokemon cards. So I'm big into Pokemon cards right now, collecting them. They are indeed a rather good investment. Something I bought for $800 last year is now worth over $6,000. Kind of crazy. But I'm having fun and reliving my childhood. This is an unopened box of XY Evolutions, which is currently about $500. If you were to buy this last year, it would only cost like $100. Now it's like $500. Isn't that crazy? Geeks Life, love your stuff. Can't stay, but wanted to congratulate you again for going 228 days straight. You rock. Yo, Geeks Life, thank you so much for the super chat. High five for you. High five for Boris. There. See, the slap didn't work. It was the high five. Janelle, I'm 14, just joking. All good. I know you're joking. People always joke around here, and I love it. When will we see the new puppers, says Mandy. Do you guys want to see a new puppy? You want to see Jarvis? Should I go get Jarvis? Okay, we're going to go get Jarvis. And this is the Jarvis from Iron Man, so I'm going to bring out the Iron Man. Actually, I'm just going to put it right over here. This thing lights up, by the way. I did not know this until I put it on and accidentally hit a button. Watch. How crazy is that? Okay, I'll be right back. All right, chat. Meet Jarvis. This is Jarvis. He's a good boy, although he likes to chew on things. Ain't he cute? Hi, chat. Yay. All right. We'll get more of him later. He needs to be disciplined. Crazy, right? He's so cute. The cute ones are always the crazy ones, so. Anyway, loving the consistency. Thank you, Q. Appreciate you. Thanks for all the kind words. Sup, Jarvis, so fluffy. OMG. He is so cute. He's got like some coloration. It's called a Merle pattern, I think. That helmet looks heavy. Now you need ice to ward off your neck tightness. No, it's just plastic, Dr. Joel. No worries, no worries. Thank you though. Cool, we got about 15 minutes left. The cuteness is is overwhelming. Oreo dog, indeed. Yay. It's just, what breed is Jarvis? Jarvis is a mini Australian Labradoodle. Cool. Let's see. Now I want to know what's in that wooden box with the fish hooks in it. Yes, that is just a nice little note from Teachable that after we got our first sale on Teachable, they sent me that box and said, way to hook them in or something like that. And they just said, congratulations. That's kind of what's in there. It's nothing super crazy. Jarvis has an IG. I'm feeling like a slacker. Jarvis does not have an Instagram. No, we're not going to do that. We don't want to take advantage of him in that way. No offense to anybody who has puppy channels for their own dogs. It's all good. It's all good. You need Susan Garrett. Nah, we got April. She's a pro. She's stay at home. She trained Gizmo and she trained the kids and she'll be great. She'll be great. She knows all the things. I'll share Rocky on Twitter later. He's my Pomeranian Chihuahua boy. Nice. Peasant says, how can you tell what's on the box even? Maybe he's watching on a TV. Hey Pat, just inspired you, having fun and being a big kid. That's what it's about, yo. That's what it's about. Pokemon cards. We could change this stream to one of those very popular streams that they have now. There's literally one from a guy named PokeRev that's going on right now where he's opening 6,000 packs. And yesterday I think he had like 19,000 people watching live of somebody just opening packs. Like, that's insane. And recently somebody bought a pack for over $200,000 and opened packs live and had over 1 million people watching simultaneously. How crazy is that? So, anyway. Pokemon. Gotta catch him. Liker says, I was wondering if you know about getting things done and its vision on work and workflow. It kind of fits in with what you said about creativity time. Yeah, I mean, it's a very similar thing. GTD, Get Things Done, is a program, and I can't remember the guy's name, but he made famous that sort of like strategy, and he has certain frameworks and whatnot. There's certain things within that. For example, if you get a new task and it literally takes like 2 to 3 minutes, like get it done first, then use that as a break to move back into the thing that you were doing. Time blocking. This is how you make progress. Scheduling time blocks to get things done versus like having a to-do list. Those kinds of things are great. You have a 40-inch monitor? Bruh. Super chat from Eileen. Pat, thanks for making Will It Fly free on Kindle for a few days. You're amazing. Yo! Thank you so much, Eileen. I appreciate you for the super chat. That's awesome. Okay, the song is still playing, right? Yeah, the song is still playing. I lost the chat. There's the chat. And I lost me. There's me. All right, what advice can you give on choosing my first Pokemon card pack in 10 years? Oh God, I'm not qualified to answer that question, but I will say that just do it for fun. Do it for fun. If you're gonna do it for money and investing, I'm not the person to do it. There's a lot of other channels that you can learn from. PokeRev, R-E-V, would be the one I'd recommend from a guy named Nick. Just started it recently, actually, and it has like 80,000 subscribers now, which is pretty amazing. He started within a year ago. There's also a guy named Leonhart who has over 1.4 million subscribers, and he opens packs all day long. For me, there's a cool set that's coming out very soon that I really like called Vivid Voltage. And it's supposed to have some really cool things called Awesome Rares and some really good Pikachu cards that are actually worth quite a bit, like over $100. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. But we haven't launched you, Pat. We'll still see you. We always see you. Thanks. Appreciate it. Cool. Is your room really soundproof? You sound so good for being in a fairly open, large room. I mean, thank you, Kathy. The mic has a lot to do with it, the Rode NTG. Plus, I have it pointing away from devices that are making noise now. Like, if I were to point it to my computer, you might be able to hear it. You hear that? I totally just... Hold on. Hold on. Oh my god. All right. Well. Don't worry, it's not your fault. Okay. I need to move that. What was that? So, this just broke. Dude, that's crazy. This is supposed to be, it almost feels like clay now. That's insane. Anyway, yeah. We'll be good. We'll be good. Hopefully you can still hear me. We're fine. Nobody's fault. It was meant to happen so we can make it even better. You did not make that happen, Kathy. That's worth the entertainment value right there for sure. And I have a backup of this thing anyway, so you're all good. You're all good. But it's the mic. You can see the mic here. The mic is really what's helping. And sorry, no, I'm not crying. I just got something in my eye. We all good. We all good. So let's keep going here. What other questions might you have? Pat broke the income stream. Return it. No, this thing is old anyway, and it's just one little part. I have spare parts anyway, so it's all good. Cast aluminum. Yeah, I think that's what this is. Because it's really light. Just this part. The other parts are like galvanized steel. I don't know why this one part. And it snapped in such a weird place. And it's weird because I just like moved it. Weird. Now everyone has to give Pat a super chat so we can get a new one. No, please don't. No super chats, please. You guys have already donated enough in your time. But I won't give it back because I'm going to be incredibly grateful for that. But no, you don't need the super chat. Question, how long did it take to get the first version of your website up? Just starting the process on Bluehost through your affiliate link. Awesome, thank you. It took a while. My first website probably took like 3 weeks of working on it daily because I was just so afraid. There wasn't a lot of information. YouTube wasn't really around, and I didn't have any help. Hopefully, you can get through it much sooner. I think where I spent most of my time was actually on the theme and just trying to make it perfect before posting. And even then, eventually I just gave up and I bought a pre-made theme called Thesis. And then I didn't know how to customize it because it used something called hooks and other things to make it even, better, but I didn't know how. So then I moved to a different theme that I could have got for free anyway. And again, it was just such a big mess when I started out, but that's kind of how you have to be. You have to be a disaster before you become the master. And, I'm not a master yet, but I've gotten better, and I've put a lot of that information in the Build Your Own Brand course, smartpassiveincome.com/BYOB, also free. I think I've given away like millions of dollars worth of courses during this quarantine period, which is great. I love that. Let's see. What are you watching on Netflix these days? We're watching on the daily during dinner. We are watching Hulu, and on Hulu we are watching Baking Championships. So for the last 2 weeks, we've been watching all the old Halloween Baking Championships and Halloween Wars, and this inspired our baking thing that we did as a family yesterday. But those have been really neat and fun, and it's been really cool. There's been actually a lot of San Diego bakers featured on the channel, which is pretty cool. We're also watching on Disney Plus. We've gone through all the Marvel stuff again. We also are watching. There was like a a series about the safari park, the Wild Animal Kingdom in Florida, and it goes behind the scenes inside the Animal Kingdom and how they manage and train and take care of the animals there. And that was really fun. We watched on Netflix The Haunting of Blair Manor, or Bly Manor, and that was a really good one. I actually loved it much better than Haunting Hill, and it was because the story, it has a very turning of the corkscrew, turning of the screw, shrew turning, clockwise screw, turning of the shrew. I can't remember the name of the book, but that is the same story, and I really love that story. It's really good. Umbrella Academy, dude. Fun story about new haircut. No, just hair's not done today. Not done today, so we're just going with the SwitchPod hat. With the Umbrella Academy, it's good, really good. But I overheard somebody say it's just like Marvel, and so we shared it with the kids, 10 and 8. Yeah, big mistake. It's not for kids. And then when I went back to this person, I said, I thought you said it was like Marvel. And they're like, yeah, but I said like Marvel in terms of cinematography, like how it was filmed, not like the story or who it's for. And I was like, oh, geez, okay. Kathy, just saw Haunting of Bly House, and wow, so good. Oh my gosh, especially the way it all comes together at the end. Like the wild hair. The Crown, I heard that was really good. Turning of the Screw, thank you, Scattered Languages. I love those behind-the-scenes zoo shows on Disney Plus too. There's one on an Australian zoo. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Taming of the Shrew. Screw. Turn of the Screw? Star Trek Discovery, nice. Pat Flynn, you mentioned Internet Business Mastery course in your early podcast. Could you tell us more about how that helped you, and would you recommend nowadays which could give us similar help? Well, Internet Business Mastery was the very first podcast that I discovered. It was one where I got to really know the founders, Jason and Jeremy, and how they were helping other people with their businesses. They were both successful with their own online businesses and just sharing information, very similar to what I do now. I pull a lot of inspiration from what they did to help others too in a similar way. And there was an episode of their podcast that I heard where they interviewed a guy named Cornelius Fitchner, who was helping people pass the project management exam, or the PM exam. And the PM exam is very similar to the architectural exam that I took in terms of how difficult it was. So that was the aha moment for me. And then I joined their Internet Business Mastery Academy, the course, to learn how to put all these pieces together and to get involved in the forums and the community and whatnot. And although we don't have something that's like the equivalent of that, we have multiple pieces depending on where you want to go. So if you want the community aspect, you can join SPI Pro, for example, smartpassiveincome.com/pro. And the community and the conversations and the discussions and accountability there are really where it's at. And that's kind of that major component of it. And then when it comes to like what you want to learn, it depends, obviously. And we have solutions for those, right? If you want to learn email marketing, we have a course for that. If you want to learn podcasting, we have a course for that. As opposed to Internet Business Mastery, which was like learn everything that was available at the time. Podcasting wasn't in there even yet. It was just mostly internet business related things. Sales pages and, setting up a website, etc. And now I've taken that a little bit further. They've gone on to do other things, and a lot of the courses that I offer and the community that I offer and whatnot are sort of in the same vein, if you will. Question: any suggestions for running a business and taking care of a young child? This is on behalf of Ariel, I think, and Gail is asking this question. Thank you for this question, by the way. I mean, it's not easy, that's for sure. I think when I had a kid, obviously I'm so grateful that I had help with April and to just watch them full time. But if I didn't have that, it would have been a hard thing for sure. A lot of the time I worked was when he was sleeping because I wanted to be there to support. And then at the same time, it really helped me understand that productivity was probably the most important thing in the world in terms of, well, hey, I'm not going to mess around anymore, because if I'm just messing around and working on things that just make me feel busy, but it's not going anywhere, then I'm taking actually time away from my kid, and I'm taking time away from, my wife to help her. And so I need to get really, really diligent and understand exactly what my clear priorities are, and then work on those and move the needle and take bold risks so that I can move forward, as opposed to just kind of like playing it safe now, because I got bigger reasons now. I would use the child as inspiration. I mean, that sounds bad, right? Take advantage of the child in that way. No, but they are inspiration, right? So we want to like keep that in mind when we're deciding what we're doing and when and why. It's all for different reasons now because you have a young child. And then asking and getting for support from others can be really, really helpful, obviously. And then during the time that you do have, even if it's just like 30 minutes to an hour in a day, make progress and move forward for sure. It's definitely a never-ending journey. And just when you think things are going well, and just when you think that you've nailed it and you've gotten the system down, boom, something happens with the kid. They either start teething, or they have a growth spurt, or they go through something and then it's like all whacked out again. So it's tough. Kathy says, I remember when you were late at night working, then you did Miracle Morning, and that's when you really seemed to crank. Yeah, but I mean, when you have a super young kid, right, it's like they wake up at different hours and you're kind of on their schedule instead. So that's kind of when you have to really, really, it's a struggle for sure. Absolutely. But when the kids start getting into a pattern of sleep, then a lot of my time and work is done before the kids get up so that I can dedicate some time to myself and the business and the future, and then dedicate the time to the kid and be there and support them and my wife as well. Thank you for the thumbs down. Hope you have a better day. Lex says, would you release a podcast before having my new website up, or record some episodes and release together? YouTube, okay, just to put up videos. My 2 videos are a few years old. Okay, so would you release a podcast before having a new website up? Technically, you don't need a website to have a podcast. So you could benefit from having it out there just so people know, but I would have some sort of coming soon page. If you can just create like a 1-pager or even a landing page through your email service provider that says, hey, website coming soon, subscribe below to get first access to it and some special goodies or something like that, then at least you have a website to point people to in those first episodes. And then when you change it, all those people from those earlier episodes will just go to your new website. So that's kind of how I would do it, right? And then number 2, second, where'd the rest of your question go? Let's see. Yeah, focus on that. And then that way you can then have that up and ready, record the episodes. Then when your website's ready to crank, you can just make a big deal out of that. So now you're sort of like releasing the podcast as a big deal, and then later releasing the website is a big deal, and then they can start working together. And then as far as YouTube, yeah, YouTube, I can, if you have good videos and they're helpful, it doesn't really matter when they were filmed. You could even just like, if you wanted to make it more relevant, you could have an intro filmed today. Like, hey, I'm Lex, the CPA. I'm about to share with you an older video that's still true today. This is how valuable this information is. It'll last you a lifetime. So make sure to stick around and watch to the end, because at the end, I'm going to give you a special XYZ so you can come check out the website, etc., whatever, and then go there. I don't know why I still have that pinned comment. I apologize about that. The pinned comment thing is new. I just unlocked it, or somebody just unlocked it for me, so I have to remember to take it off if it's just relevant to those who just start. All right. All right, chat. Looks like we're at the end of our time today. I appreciate you sticking around. This hour flew by. You got to see Jarvis. You got to see unopened box of booster packs from XY Evolutions. We got to talk Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus. We got to talk Jamiroquai, not Moby, and we still had a good time. So, hey, happy November, everybody. We have to determine what the new word is, and I'm flabbergasted that I forgot. So I'm just going to count that one today. And then community, who has green names here, we're going to chat in the community a little bit later today. We're going to come up with a brand new word. And I want you to like the one that you like best so that I can add it into tomorrow's stream. And you'll hear it included naturally. The rule with these secret words are they have to be included sometime in the middle, after the first 5 minutes and before the last 5 minutes. That's a new rule that I'm going to set. So I'm going to do that, and we'll have some chat and figure out what that is later. So anyway, yeah, well done today. I appreciate you. Keep up the good work, and I'll see you tomorrow at, let me give you the calendar. We're going to go tomorrow at same time, 9 a.m. Pacific. There we go. We're going to keep it 9 a.m. Pacific most of this week, just to kind of keep it consistent for once. So 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks so much, Chad. Thanks, everybody. Have an amazing Sunday. Happy November, and let's finish the year strong, all right? It's been a crazy year, but we can finish together. We're going to get to episode 300 soon, before the end of the year, I think, and then episode 365 in March. So how crazy is that? Anyway, Taming of the Shrew. Thank you, Daniela. Okay, awesome. Take care, everybody. Thanks so much. And as always, Team Flynn for the win.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream, all while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
All right, chat. Thanks again for today. Broken mics and all, we're still having a good time, and good energy today. Good energy in the room. Thank you again for showing up. You're all amazing. And make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thanks so much. Peace out.
Bruh.